research in general was missing something.
All right, I'll lower the radio. I know it's annoying, but I make the video with 2 eyes and 2 ears. One to listen to myself talk and one to try to listen to the radio. And when I make the videos, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, I make the videos 1 eye on what I'm doing, 1 eye on the camera, and 1 eye where I'm going. And somebody mentioned on my videos after I was pulling the wheelies last week, "You're gonna bust something." I've been doing this for a long time, this person said, and I got something busted. Got hydraulic oil everywhere, and I've been looking and looking and looking to see what I busted. I don't see the leak, but there's no question. The only thing I see leaking is that pump over there. This thing. Not the wheel units. And the amount of oil that I leaked is not as much as it looks like. Maybe a cup of oil, but it was never leaking before. Check the oil. It's full. So, don't do wheelies with your lawnmower. It wasn't made for it. Went to the dollar store. And I bought some cat litter for $1. I think it's easy to pour cat litter with 1 hand. Next time you see an amputee that went to war for us in Iraq or Afghanistan or maybe Vietnam or Persian Gulf, think about that. Hard to do things with 1 hand. It's Memorial Day, weekend coming up. It's Friday, and there goes $1 worth of cat litter. Dump it. Dump it. $1. New, more absorbency, original cat litter. Original flavor, Paul Bennett Sr., PhD, founder. The soft paw story. I don't care what the story is.
In other words, CARES test
did an excellent job of predicting.
I want to listen to the story of a psychopathic doctor, discoverer, dollar store, come out.
when people believed criminal behavior was really the result of a poor environment.
I bought a new toy. I forget where I put it, though. Whoa, just what we need. More rain. I heard what I thought was an earthquake earlier at the big barn, but I think it was thunder, but it sure sounded like it felt like an earthquake.
After the paper went public in the
I'll show you my toy in a minute. I gotta spread this cat litter around and absorb my oil slick. Too many weeds. Alright, I had a few distractions. I got a blocked gutter, and I just noticed that my garage door is all full of water down here. And the water is coming from where? A puddle here, nothing higher up. That is so weird. I went outside and looked, and there's no water on the edge of the window that would be dripping in. Rotting my door away. Anyhow, so what I was telling you about was this little toy that I just bought on eBay. It's a made in China 8-ton hydraulic crimper with extra O-rings. I'm not good at fixing things. I break things. There was the one-hand business again. Stop pumping the handles when the dies slightly touch. I bought this so I could make battery cable crimps on the vehicle. Unlike last time when I had to remove the starter to get the battery cable off with my manual tool that I put in a vise or on the concrete and a hammer on it. Bang! What did I buy? I went on eBay and I bought some terminals. I told the guy I'd give him a plug, because what he does is he buys stainless steel fasteners by the keg, all mixed, and he goes through them one by one, and he sorts out all the little terminals and stainless steel bolts that he sells to the marine industry. Can't have things corroding if you're a boater. So on eBay, he had assorted battery terminals, and I emailed him and I said, I'd like to get just a certain size. He says, nope, problemo. I like eBay. A lot of nice people. Here's some copper ones I bought when I bought this tool a number of years ago. It came with these copper ones, a whole bag. But they're almost gone. And they're too big. I needed some smaller ones, some 1/0s or 1/0s. Go on Wikipedia, you'll see what that means. See? It's a 16th smaller. So, what I wanted to do was take a battery cable like this. This is from the K5 Blazer. It came from Oregon. It had some battery cables, but they were just smushed underneath the terminal. You know, you open that thing up and you just put that in and smush it. Nah, it doesn't look so clean. I don't like that. So, I got some monster terminals from Napa for $5 each. And I crimp on this copper end. And I bend them so they drape appropriately. And it's still not original, but it's a lot neater. So there's a variety of different size holes for the battery cable. And there's different holes depending what bolt size you have. There's a 5/16 and there's a 3/8. 3/8 might be for the starter end, and 5/16 or maybe even a quarter would be for the battery end. And they come all different sizes, and these are copper and they're tinned, so they don't corrode. They look silver, but they're actually copper. One step above, and they look like they're made in USA, I would gather, or some Western free country. So, I got a couple bags. I think there was 20 for $15 plus shipping, $5 shipping. Those have the bigger hole, but smaller wire size. And that one's going to go right over, come out, right over, oops, there. That's going to be my ground, because I happen to have a 1-foot piece of leftover cable. It's going to be a monster body ground. I'm going to put that right over there. Once I get this camera, oh no, the tripod's in my pocket. Once I strip back a little bit of the plastic or vinyl or rubber, whatever it is, and crap that sucker on and see how my new tool works. That should be a smaller bolt hole, but we'll work it out. So, next thing I'll play with is my 8-ton, oh, it's heavy, good made in China steel, silica, do not eat, down, junk, fooled you. Whoa, it's oily. Hello. Guess you just crimp it. You put the die in the holder, and it comes with all different sizes. The guy was telling me it comes with all the right sizes. The one that the competitor, Harbor Freight, sells comes with all the wrong sizes, all the way from little 1/8 all the way up to giant size. So, we'll clean off the oil. We'll have some peanuts. And we'll try out the new toy. 2 bags of cat litter. What a mess. What a mess. Alright, I had some peanuts sitting here on my lawnmower. And then I dumped the tool kit with all the crimping tools and splattered them on the ground. Anyhow, you ever wonder why you go to somebody's shop or garage or lean-to or barn and they got junk everywhere that could be easily cleaned up? Yeah, I should really talk. But I'm talking about containers of oil that are sitting around waiting to get stepped in, or cat litter on the ground, or huge oil spills. I guess when you get older, you get more concerned about being neat. Yeah, who am I to talk about having big messes around, huh? Big messer on Gary's Keeler. Big messer. Alright, let's see if I can get this camera set up on the tripod. And I'm going to show you how this newfangled crimping tool works that I just bought. It's got magnetic little dies, see? Click. Click. And I've got the terminal end on the cable. I've got it orientated. Whoops, you can't see very much if I hide it from you. Can you? See, I got orientated and I got some shrink tubing slipped on. I tried to put the one size smaller on, but no way, Jose. It wouldn't work because it was too small. So I slide this into here. You press open, close, on, off, on. There we go. Culverts washed out, bridges washed away, people's basements flooded, roads flooded. I don't think you can see anything. How about this? Ah, it's a bit better. You need 3 hands to do this. 2 to pump and 1 to hold the terminal. Crank her up. It's a very simple hydraulic ram. Oops. Oh boy. Oh boy. There, I need 3 hands. I'll just try to hold it on just like that. Get my crimper centered on the wire so to pinch it properly. Crank her down. There we go. Make sure that my wire doesn't slip out and ruin a $1 copper, tin-plated copper. Oh, the rain's stopping. I can hear it toning down and the birds start to chirp outside. So I got my fingers wrapped around the cable and I'm trying to hold it in place. It says to crimp it down until it touches lightly, then stop. Don't force it until the dies touch, which I guess makes sense even though the wire is slipping out. There. Not as easy as it looks on TV, is it? Luckily I have 29 minutes left on this D chip. There we go. Crimp. Make sure that wire is all the way inside. Don't want it slipping halfway out, do we? Crimp, 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 crimp. Not as easy as it looks on TV. Crimp, crimp, crimp that baby down. There, now we're on a roll. 60 tons. Is it 60 tons or 6 tons? I forget. MIC tools. 8 ton! Maybe you ought to use it to split logs. I hear the over limit. I think I'm at the end of the stroke. I don't know, I like my other system better. That's it. Well, it slipped a bit off. And the plunger retracts. Let's see what I got. How do you know if it's hammered in there real tight compared to when I do it with my hammer crimper? I guess if it doesn't move. I should have put more anti-seize on. So, take my sheathing and I slip it up there and it's a little too big. Unfortunately, I don't have any more of this sized red stuff in black. I've got it in red. I've got this monster size. I think it's too big. And I had some black, but it's too small. Too small. So, I'll put you on hold for a second. I'll go get the torch, and I'll heat it up and see what it looks like. Alright, back to my, battery cables. Alright, almost done. Good place to have an open flame next to a battery, huh? I don't think these explode. They don't give off gases. Maybe they do. Guess I'll find out when it blows up in my face. Not very funny. Just like my wheelie mobile here. Broken whatever I broke. Cat litter. Alright, we're almost done. The battery's dead. I just put a fuse holder on. I took off of the crew cab, which is out there somewhere. It had a bunch of radios and communication equipment. So I took a fuse holder off and I put it on where there used to be a fusible link right down there. It says 12. And I put a 20 amp fuse and I turned it on and the glow plugs popped it and I put a 25 amp fuse in and it went ding! So I wanted to get away from these bloody fusible links, but I guess the wire size looks like a 10 gauge wire and I've got a 12 or 14 gauge wire. That's all that I happen to have with this fuse holder. So I guess it wasn't big enough, and it maybe needs a 40 amp fuse, which these only go up to 30, I think. They only go up to 30, but the 25 amp just popped instantly. So all this 10 minutes of work was for naught. But I've been tinkering. All I got to do here is put one more negative cable on that runs from the battery terminal to the fender right there. I've got one for the light circuit, and I've got to just ground the battery to the fender, and I've got a few things done here. I've been cleaning up and boxes of little tidbits and sprinkling some kitty litter, and underneath too the drain plug on the tranny pan is dripping on my new 4L80E with high quality parts. So I spread some kitty litter down there and I cleaned up all the parts that fell out of the